Hello mountain chums, me again today. Today, by something approaching popular demand, we're doing the mighty Blencathra and maybe associated fells, depending on how we get on. It's the end of April 2023, the cloud is lifting and the forecast suggests that it's going to be a lovely day, so we shall see. We are not, however, doing sharp edge, partly because it's a bit wet and partly because I just don't want to, and you can't make me. What we are going to do is go up Scales Fell and come round up to Blencathra from the left hand side. For many people, of course, Blencathra is one of the first sights they get of the lakes, and its distinctive shape has given it its alternative name of Saddleback, which up until recently was the main name on the Ordnance Survey maps. At about this point we come to a junction, and to carry on up towards Sharp Edge you turn right, or I suppose carry straight on really, and the way we're going we break left and go up the hill and then curve round to Scales Fell. The plan for today is to do 4 Wainwrights. Obviously there's Blencathra itself, and behind it is Mungrisdale Common, about which Wainwright wrote very unflatteringly. Then we have Bowscale Fell and Bannerdale Crags. Come on, let's get up here. It's quite a steep start to this, so I'm going to take it fairly gently. And I think that should probably be the watchword of the day. Oof, not the most pleasant ways of starting a walk. It's very steep, very slippy, a lot of shale, so take it gently. Nearly at the ridge, I say ridge, beginning of the real walk. Gets the heart pumping. Keep going, you fool. We'll take the right hand fork here, the left one goes around the base of the hill to Scales Farm. We want to go, for our sins, up. Should now begin a bit of zigzagging up the hill. We're about 400 metres away from the top of Blencathra, which I think may become more apparent when we get over this little lump. The techno birds, skylarks, some people call them, seem to be backing in very good voice, which is lovely. Looking out you can see the cloud level is about here, although I'm sure I saw the sun earlier. Hopefully it will lift. The song of the skylark really is amazing. It sounds so amazingly electronic. Sense of scale can get a bit wonky in the mist. These little ridges keep coming and going. path bends gently round to the left, and off to the right is one of the corries of Blencathra, on the opposite side of which is Sharp Edge. I'm not even sure we're going to be able to see it today, so it's probably a good job we're not on it. Even if you were so inclined, days like today are not the days to do it. You need to see where you're going, have a good firm grip of the rock, and it was wet overnight, so everything's not... No, it's not too bad, but it could be drier. And these are not ideal circumstances for the Sharp Edge. Obviously be careful in the mist. I know for a fact there's a fairly hefty drop off to the left, so I'm not going that way, sticking to the path. I mean, it's not rocket science, you're clever people. Down off to the right is Scales Tarn, and the beginning of the path up towards Sharp Edge. Blencathra has 6 different fell tops, but this path takes us up to Bowscale Fell, which is the highest summit of Blencathra. On a good day, you can see for miles. I think it zigzags from here to the top. I think we're nearly there, about 54 metres. 54 metres, very precise, I did just look it up. Let's not be coy. It's 54 metres, probably 53 now. 52? Don't have a good grasp of metres. Let's just say 60 cubic centilitres high. There you go then, that's the top of Blencathra, 2,848 feet, 868 metres. From here we go round to the right to the top of Sharp Edge, but not down it. There are various explanations for the name of Blencathra. The name of Saddleback is fairly obvious because it looks like the back of a saddle. One of them is that it's Cumbric, from Blaine, meaning top or summit, and Cadir, or Kedir, meaning seat or chair. So Blencathra, literally the summit of the seat-like mountain. This path takes us round to the right and towards Sharp Edge. Just come to see if you can see anything from the top of Sharp Edge, but you can't. So we're going to go back now and head towards Mungrisdale Common, which means going back up this little hill and then finding a way down that isn't too precipitous. It's a very nice little path, or path. This is going down Blue Screes and avoiding the beautifully named Foul Crag, F-O-U-L-E Crag, but I think the meaning is probably the same. And hopefully when we get to the bottom of the scree we will be able to turn left, head over to Mungrisdale Common. good little shelter here. I also see the path off to the left, which is reassuring. Ebbing and flowing in the mist ahead of me, I can see, fortunately, a quite distinct route heading towards Mungrisdale Common. I think we may be the only people doing it today. Mungrisdale Common was Wainwright's least favourite of his fells, and he said it has no more pretension to elegance than a pudding that has been sat on. It's been argued that he included it only to fill space, and I don't really know. I think he's been a bit mean. I think rather than a sat on pudding, we might say it has an epic sweep, and it's quite a nice break from stumbling around in the mist. There you go, Mungrisdale Common, 2,077 feet, 633 metres. Certainly not Wainwright's favourite. He says of the summit, any one of 1,000 tufts of tough bent and cotton grass might lay claim to crowning the highest point. 1,000 tufts, yet not one can be comfortably reclined upon, this being a summit that holds indefinitely all the water that falls upon it. And to be honest, I have found the boggy bits, but I quite like it. I like it. From here we head almost exactly back to where we came, not quite, but nearly, to Bowscale Fell. Right, on we go. The path goes quite a way up the hill to avoid the gully of Saddleback, but it also gains us a nice bit of height, which is useful, having lost quite a bit just coming off the back of Blencathra. Bowscale Fell feels like one of those hills that the closer you are to it, the further away it is. We'll be coming back down here from Bannerdale Crags and take the route that heads back down the valley, back to the car. But from here you can actually get a really good view of Blencathra. Epic. For now, left and left again, heading up to Bowscale Fell. One advantage of this route is it should give us some cracking views on the way back. It would have been nice if we'd had views on the top, but we cannot, and I cannot stress this enough, have everything. An awful lot of boggy nonsense around here. To fling myself across. Or maybe go around. Let's go round. Success. Notwithstanding the pile of stones at the end here, I make it that this is the summit, Bowscale Fell, 2,303 feet, 702 metres. From here we retrace our steps quite a lot of the way back, down to Bannerdale Crags, and from there we start to make a descent a little bit more in earnest. Alright then, for Bannerdale Crags. This is probably the best angle to get a sense of the scale of Bannerdale Crags. From the other side it just looks like a bit of a hillock, but from here it's a whopper. I think that's what they call sunshine on Blencathra. I said the sun would burn through, and here it is. There's even blue sky over Blencathra. Wasn't this turned into a glorious day? That feels like an unambiguous summit, Ken. There we go, that's Bannerdale Crags, 2,241 feet, 683 metres. And our last Wainwright of the day. From Bannerdale Crags we head almost directly back at Blencathra, all of which is now cloud-free, down to the little saddle, and then we'll turn left and wend our way down the valley. You get a much better sense of the mountain from this angle. Fell top on the left hand side there being the true summit, and Atkinson Pike on the right on the way up from Sharp Edge. We're nearly back at the crossroads, and there are many options you could take. We're going to take the first left, which sticks on this side of the valley, rather than going far across towards the tarn at the base of Blencathra. And from there it should be a reasonably straightforward way back down. We shall see. Do like a nice footbridge, and this looks like a very nice footbridge. Right, well, today is not the day for Bowscale Fell. I have a slightly blistered foot and time is running on. We'll keep it and its ghost army for another day. Well, we're finishing with blue sky and sunshine. Not bad, that. This is the beginning of the path up, and obviously that's an alternative, but there are, as Wainwright points out, many ways up and many ways down. This last little bit of path brings us back to the road and then the car park. That's about it from me. Thank you very much for watching, if indeed you still are. If you've enjoyed this, do please like and subscribe. Join us next time, hopefully, for another walk in the lakes. Stay safe. We break left and go up the hill and then curve round to Scales Fell. Scales how? Scale something. I couldn't tell you. Up Scales Fell. I cannot believe. Shush. I cannot believe. Hey! Cheeky blighter. What I've cleverly managed to do there is go in entirely the wrong direction, thanks to the mist and ineptitude. Wainwright was very sniffy about... Hey! Try that again.